Opening weekend of the UAAP Season 77 Volleyball Tournament. The women's volleyball tournament continues, and this time we shift to the arena in San Juan. There are only two teams that we haven't seen in action for this year, and that will be the DLSU University Lady Spikers going up against the Adamson Lady Falcons. Earlier today, FU beating UP in straight sets, which sets up the second game of our Sunday double dip. Happy to have you with us here on ABS-CBN Sports in Action for day number 2 of the UAAP Season 77 Women's Volleyball Tournament. Alongside Noreen Go, I'm Boom Gonzalez, and later on we will be joined by Gia Llanes and Janine Choi at courtside. But first, the life of Adamson Falcons post Bang Pineda starts today, while DLSU starts their campaign to reclaim a title that they lost last year, Noreen.
Yeah, well, you know how fitting. We're a jam-packed crowd today, and yeah, the fans are here to witness the post-Abby Maranyo against LaSalle against the post-Bang Pineda.
All right, we'll take a break, and then we will re-examine the teams of DLSU and Adamson when we come back. Back here at the arena in San Juan for the second game of our Sunday doubleheader, DLSU versus Adamson University, the Lady Falcons and the Lady Spikers, the lone teams that have not seen action here in Season 77 of the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. Again, you're watching us live on ABS-CBN Sports in Action. Let's talk about the team that swept the eliminations last year. Noreen, talk about how DLSU is coming in for Season 77.
Well, of course, we got to mention that, yes, Abigail Maranya has graduated, but the rest are pretty much intact with, I'm sure, new recruits. So LaSalle, they still look good, actually, to make it to the finals this year. And we have key, of course, we said the key loss is Abigail Maranya, but, you know, the key returnees, that's Galang, Reyes, Fajardo. So that's still a really huge threat for you.
Interesting point that you talked about earlier before we went on cam, Noreen. Who is going to replace Abby Maranyo? And we're not only talking about position, you're talking about in terms of leadership, in terms of her being the emotional leader also of this team. But having said that, this team is still loaded with weapons.
Oh yeah, there we go. We mentioned them. Aragalang, Mika Reyes, Kim Fajardo, Sid De Masilio. Aragalang is actually the best scorer for LaSalle. Mika Reyes, number 3 best scorer. Kim Fajardo, the best setter. So what else can you say? You still have a power pack lineup for LaSalle.
Right. Who's going to be the leader? We're going to find out as we go along with the tournament here in season 77. Who's going to replace Abby Maraño in terms of that emotional leadership role? All right. Mika Reyes, of course, a huge star here in the DLSU and in the volleyball community. And she sat down with our very own Janine Choi for this interview. Let's listen to what she has to say about season 77.
So Mika, after losing that 4P title last season, ano sa tingin mo ang biggest lesson na natutunan mo ng last game?
For me and syempre for the team, ang biggest lesson siguro for us na hindi lahat ng oras mananalo kayo. Bilog yung bola, hindi sa forget nag-3-pit kami, hindi kayo pwede matalo. Yun yung siguro yung pinaka-lesson sa amin.
Ano naman sa tingin mo yung expectations mo this season? Ano yung expect namin from the Lady Spikers?
Siyempre, ayusin namin yung mga mali namin last season, mga unforced errors namin, and pa-polish pa siguro namin yung galaw namin. Well, siyempre ngayong season, ready na kami. And yung nawalang spot ni Ate Abby Maraño, na palitan na namin, and nag-gel naman ngayon yung team namin ngayon. Yun lang.
Thank you, Mika. Back to you, Blue.
Thank you very much, Janine. She looks confident. She looks ready. And we are minutes away from the start of this game as Mika Reyes will try to lead LaSalle back into the promised land for season 77 of the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. All right, let's shift our attention now to the Adamson Lady Falcons. Abby Maraño, of course, a big loss to DLSU, but I think we all know that Sheila Pineda, in the context of Adamson University, is a bigger loss. I'm not saying in terms of player to player, but in terms of the lineup of Adamson University. It will be interesting to see the post-Bang Pineda and post-Mayet Zapanta era of Adamson University.
You know, that's right, because Adamson has actually relied a lot on Bang Pineda, not only for offense, and she's actually the number 2 scorer of the league last year, but also for defense, because Bang Pineda's game really is an all-around game. But yeah, Adamson's loss, very huge, but it is actually a challenge for them to see how they're going to play without Bang Pineda, because life goes on. Boom, you know that? I mean, they really got to accept the fact that she's not there anymore.
And that is the question. We're all fans of the girl because, again, of her incredible all-around skills. Can they survive without her? Can they be competitive without her this year?
Well, they will try their best, and of course, the key returnees are Mylene Pat, Amanda Villanueva, and Marlene Cortel. These players also have already a lot of experience under their belt, and of course, Bang Pineda will be missed, but we know the tradition of Adamson when they go to every game 110% with or without their leader. So it's interesting to see this season how they will progress.
Ganyan talaga ang buhay sa UAAP, no? Hindi lang sa volleyball. It's really about transition and how you move on when you lose star players or players in general. Now let's listen to Mylene Pat, who sat down with Gia Lianes, and hear her thoughts about the post-Sheila Pineda era of Adamson.
Nari, nandito ako ngayon kasama sa isa sa mga middle blockers ng Adamson Lady Falcons, si Mylene Pat. She averaged 6.21 points per game last season in the UAAP. Now, Mylene, my question naman for you, how do you and your team anticipate making up for the loss of Sheila Pineda, who was the second best scorer last season in the UAAP?
Yung pagkawala po ni Ate Bang is nung una, napaka-big loss po siya sa amin. Pero nung tumagal na, medyo na-cope up naman po namin at nagkaroon din kami ng communication to each other. Tapos minokos po talaga kami sa pag-opensa.
Okay, now ikaw naman nag-average ng 6.21 points per game last season. How will you step up your game this season?
Siguro ngayon, mas condition ko yung pangangatawan ko, and then siguro for this UAAP season, mas makakapag-contribute ako ng maayos at maganda sa team.
Thank you so much, Mylene. I believe your team is ready after vigorous training. We'll be anticipating that. That's Mylene Pat. For you guys, back to you, Boom and Noreen.
Thank you very much, Gia. That's what collegiate sports is all about. Somebody leaves, the other person or the other player has to step up. Next on line.
Yeah.
Next in line, rather.
Yeah, I mean, that's we got to accept that's life, not only in sports, but of course in sports. And you got to move on. That's what's important.
All right, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to move on to this matchup now between 3-year coach Sherwin Meneses and the 17-year head coach Ramil De Jesus. Adamson, DLSU. When we come back here on ABS-CBN Sports and Action.
Now let's meet our starters. First, for the DLSU Lady Spikers. Number 19, Christine Soyon. Number 11, Kim D. Number 6, number 19, Captain Faye Guevara. Number 6, Amanda Villanueva. Their libero, number 15, Marlene Cortel. And the head coach of the Lady Falcons, Sherwin Meneses.
Well, here we go. Final match of the weekend. And the first match, first assignments of both DLSU and Adamson University here to start off season 77 of the UAAP Women's Volleyball Tournament. We have a rookie starting for DLSU.
Yep, let's introduce her as Christine Joy Soyut, the rookie for LaSalle. And but when you look at Adamson, it's pretty much an intact 6 as well. These names are familiar with the Adamson lineup.
It would be interesting now to see, of course, offensively more than anything else. Yes, Bank Pineda is a great all-around player, but as you said, second leading scorer of the league last year. She was the leader. She was the go-to person for Adamson. So where are they going to get their offense and how often? That will be the question. For DLSU, it's some champion teams, Noreen, sometimes they have to have a shot in the arm to whether it's to make changes or to just realize certain things about their game. And maybe last year is just that for them.
And, for LaSalle, they also have to realize that they have to grow up. When I say grow up, meaning they have to accept the fact that Abby Marano, we talked about her and being the emotional leader, and she's graduated, she's not there. So they have to actually mature faster as a team without their ate, so to speak.
And again, unfortunately, when you look at the record books, diba, parang pag tinignan mo yung the year 76, second place yung LaSalle. But we cannot discount the fact that we swept everybody.
Yes.
They swept the competition.
You're right, because they lost in the finals, parang
Yun
that kind of overshadowed the fact that they swept the elimination round. But that's such a hard feat to do for any team.
2-1 is our score. Adamson with an early lead here. As we check in with Gian Lianes. We welcome our courtside reporters here to the volleyball tournament. Go ahead, Gia.
Boom and Noreen, the loss of key players such as Sheila Pineda and Mayed Zapata may seem to weaken the Adamson Lady Falcons, but they believe that this is actually their strength. In their opinion, the advantage of not having a star player really encouraged the ones left to improve and work harder. In assistant coach Marvin Ramos's words, hindi naman ganun ka-big deal na nawala ang mga star players kasi kahit papano nakapag-adjust rin kami at maraming nag-step up. Coach Sherwin Manassas believes that due to their increase in average height, hindi na sila masyadong underdog this season at ang target nila ay makarating hindi lamang sa Final Four pero sa finals din. Back to you, Boom and Noreen.
Maraming salamat, Gia. At yan nga yun eh. Ganyan ang collegiate sports. May mawawala. Pero pagkakataon yan para dun sa isa na to get some floor time, to get some court time, to show your coach that you're ready to take someone's place.
And when you look at the lineup, like I mentioned earlier for Adamson, that's pretty much an intact crew. But right now, Amanda Villanueva is a starter. She would go in and out of during the game, but now the challenge is for her actually to try to lead this team.
I think the biggest also challenge for Amanda, which we haven't seen in the last couple of years for her, is consistency.
Yes.
That's the reason why sometimes she comes off the bench, sometimes she starts, sometimes we don't see her. It's because we know she has talent. She hasn't been able to put it together on a consistent basis. In the meantime, we go to the LaSalle side of things with Janine Choi.
After Abby Marano completed her 5 playing years last season, Coach Ramil de Jesus' response to that was, every season naman may nawawala, pero meron namang mga seniors na nag-step up. Mahirap hanapin yung wala na dito at through continuous training na developing leadership inside the court. Coach Ramil also said that the goal this season is to first take each game one at a time until they get through the elimination round and hopefully until they reach the semis and then the finals. Also, Sid Demasilio will not be joining us today as she is not feeling well. Back to you, Boom and Noreen.
Well, unfortunate, and if Sid is watching, get well soon. Another great all-around player for LaSalle who has really developed into a star of her own. Itong si Sid Demasilio, we won't see her today.
Yeah, I hope she gets well.
Yep.
But you know, Boom, early on here in the first set, I'm actually noticing that LaSalle, we talked about who's gonna lead. LaSalle is actually now trying to find the leader kasi medyo tahimik sila so far here in this first set.
You go through the ranks of the history, even in recent history of LaSalle, you know, Ila Santos, Cha Cruz, Michelle Gumabaw, Abigail Marano, those are like the vocal, some of the more vocal leaders that LaSalle has seen in its championship run. Adamson ahead here, 7-4. Guevara on deck to serve for the Lady Falcons.
Well, we were wondering who's going to replace Marano. In terms of the position, it's actually Soyud, the rookie.
Oh, yeah.
We mentioned her earlier.
Desiree Cheng. And a 1-2 play for Adamson University to surprise LaSalle here in the opening set. 8-4. Back in a moment. Nagbabalik po tayo dito sa arena in San Juan with an Owishi Oh Wow moment. Open up to everyday surprises with Owishi Oh Wow. And that's exactly what LaSalle said after that 1-2 play. Coach Ty Bundit doing his work. Congratulations to them. They won yesterday against National University in a rousing debut against another tough opponent.
Yeah, in straight sets.
Congratulations also to UST for their straight sets victory against the UE Lady Warriors. Buhay pa to. Fajardo goes to the back line. Baby did was Aragala, so she comes up short.
Well, LaSalle right now, they're struggling also in terms of service reception. So actually, Fajardo has been all around trying to chase the ball. And but that play, that's actually a hitting error for LaSalle.
Faye Guevara. Her turn. We welcome, by the way, lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin sa buong Pilipinas na rin. Masayang-masaya sila. 2 weeks pa lang before the tournament as Villanueva here attempts an attack. Excited na sila. We're getting tweets from all over the country. Nice rally ending with an Aragalang back row attack.
She made up, more than made up for her previous error.
A McDonald's instant replay, don't miss a spike. Dial 86236 for a PFF chicken bundle. I was in Palawan and Baguio in the last couple of months, and they're all talking about the UAAP and the UAAP volleyball tournament. And the UAAP in general. Even, you know, the basketball tournament, but more so, you know, the volleyball tournament.
Yeah, I'm sure the excitement of the fans really just waiting as the season will, you know, starts, and it's evident we are jam-packed today.
And a great series of rallies. Adamson ahead, 10-5. Spicares miscalculated. Dun sa kanyang dump ball.
Amanda Villanueva actually has a lot of fans as well.
Desiree. Nagulat si Desiree, unable to stop that ball.
Yeah, obviously a mental lapse there for Pat, as the flight was actually pretty gettable, but she was just watching.
See where Desiree Cheng took off from, and her launching pad was way wide.
Yeah.
Nice serve, catching the net, and a free point going to the Lady Spikers.
Love the serve there for Desiree Cheng. But again, if you're LaSalle, you gotta focus more on your service reception. That's for me so far here in the first set, because they have been struggling in that aspect.
Second-year player. Cheng gets it in. Nas opens up. Galanza off speed. On the second touch, Galang gives it to the other side. So Galanza here goes cross court. Good dig. Excellent dig. Cut shot from Galang. Back to Galanza. Cut shot from her. Arguino getting the point. The joust. Seeing some good rallies here.
Wow, that's all I can say.
Second-year player Jessica Galanza starring in that one, and then Arguino was showed vast improvement also last year.
Yeah, but you remember Boom last year, every time they would put her in, she's just that spark that Adamson
Correct,
needs.
correct. That's why we're saying, no? Nakita mo yung improvement niya as Kim Fajardo finds a campfire. Donut hole inside.
She just makes it look so easy.
She does. Ayan, sinilip na niya. Nakita na niya.
There you go.
It's just linagay.
Oh.
But she is unable to consolidate that point with a hitting serving error. Serving error, rather. Coach Noel, Coach Ramil.
Here's Erica Alcubino.
Erica.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the lineup of Adamson. Faye Guevara normally is a middle blocker, but now I think they're transferring her as the utility position.
Why is that, in your opinion, Noreen?
Well, obviously, Coach Sherwin is comfortable with the fact that Mylene Paat and Alquino can man the center, and it's also important to find that utility position, you know, whoever can fill that. And Faye Guevara can actually, very versatile player.
Paat, who has seemed to really improve her swing. You can see the technique, Noreen, it's very different. It's shorter, it's crisper. There's no long wind-up for Mylene Paat as compared to in previous years.
And she looks quicker as well.
No? This is what I love about coming into a new season. Personally, I just like seeing what do players add to their skill set every year.
That's right. And, you know, of course, we know the summer training, the program of all the schools.
And the Villanueva able to go down the line a little bit short, but a 5-point lead for the Lady Falcons. And a timeout called by Coach Ramil. Let's eavesdrop.
Kailangan natin presence of mind, hindi po pwedeng sa ingay lang tayo nakikinig. Okay? Compose, hindi tayo makadalawang sunod. Kasi side out na nangyayari. Okay? So pag-aatake, hindi po pwede pwedeng ganun. Then pag kumobres, pilitin yung itaas siya kayo umatras. Then sa service, confidence sa service. Hindi pa pwedeng ganyan.
And there you have it.
Yeah, in the house.
Ang Pinada. And Zapata.
Oh, even May Makatuno.
Makatuno is right behind. That's right. Who is now replaced by Manila Emnas. And you know, Adamson, in its history of volleyball, is always a gritty team. It's always a great ground defense team. As you look at the heart and soul of LaSalle, Abby Maranyo, back here.
So nice to see these familiar faces come to support their
Always,
team.
always, yes. Diba? Yung reputation ng Adamson dati, walang babaan ng bola.
Oh,
Because their floor defense is just, even back in the day, Coach Mami Dulce, has always been superb.
you remember last season? I mean, not only last season, but every time Adamson has a game, we talk about it and say it's nice to cover because Adamson just plays with a lot of heart. Diba?
The last game of short net block there, an automatic point for LaSalle. 11-5.
Coach Ramil was actually saying in that timeout earlier that they can't just do side out. They need to score a string of points if they want to get back into this game.
And you know, we didn't see Coach Ramil call a lot of timeouts in the elimination round of last year. He would always wait for the technical timeouts.
Smart tip there.
Excellent play. Excellent read by Soyu there, seeing and making the adjustment.
Let's not forget the rookie.
Lanza, miss-hit.
Good save.
Free ball for DLSU. Block there. Was it Bad who was there for coverage? I think so.
I think so.
Kit Kat break muna tayo. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. We're back here at the arena in San Juan with a Nescafe Creamy White Defender of the Day, brought to you by the Drink of the Day. Nescafe Creamy White, hashtag DOTD. Eileen Pat. She's probably the longest player that Adamson has as Kiefer Avena and Vice Gandar in attendance. Of course, Vice Ganda, a big supporter of FEU, but also a big supporter of UAAP volleyball in general, even back in the day.
Even basketball.
Oh, kahit kung wala ka masyadong nanonood sa arena, nakikita na yan. And Kiefer, who is of course flirting with the idea of playing varsity volleyball
Really?
when he is done with his basketball in the UAAP.
Is that possible?
Yes, it is. Kirk Long did it for baseball and basketball. It really depends on your eligibility and your years. But Kiefer right now in the off-season has always been a volleyball player also. He obviously with Mosey around. He cross-trains more than ever this year. He has gotten a lot of volleyball time.
Wow.
I think like 3 or 4 times a week he plays volleyball. Yes. So he's here not because of anything else. Well, we all know why he's here too. But he was here during, nanonood din siya ng men's games. Kasamang Marine, as Bill Lagreva gets it through and puts it away.
Well, Adamson really just spot on today. They seem like they're so focused in this game, unfazed by the fact that they're playing against a team that swept the eliminations last year.
I think they like the fact that nobody talked or is talking about them for season 77, and really sometimes that really works for you.
Yeah. Dark horse.
Yeah. It was a great attack. Desiree Cheng, this girl is going to be a star for DLSU. I mean, she's already gotten a lot of fans. She's a fan favorite, but this girl going to be a star for them.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
By the time she hits her 4th year. Alongside, of course, the skills improving, and we always wish, as Amanda finds another spot there down the line, wish, Noreen, that players don't get injured throughout the season. Yun lang talaga.
Yeah.
Para pantay-pantay yung laban.
Especially in cup finals.
Right. Villanueva goes to the serving deck for her turn.
Good serve.
Fajardo, tough set for Desiree Cheng, and Nas going on the second touch. Cheng again finds a spot behind the blockers. Nobody there for coverage for ADU.
Yeah, that's a smart diff there, sensing that the defense is way back. Desiree just tips it over.
Indeed, we're seeing some, not yet so much power, but a lot of utakan dito sa laro natin so far.
Yep.
Good serve. Galanza getting ready to take off, and that's why. On a swing and the wrist action.
Right down the line. You know, Adamson really just has an answer for every De La Salle. You know, of course they want to rally, but every time Adamson has an answer to counter that.
So far, ano?
Yeah, so far.
Ano nangyayari? 20 serving 15. That's out. According to our line judge, Mika Reyes thought it was in. Looks at Coach Ramil. But our line judge says, nope,
Yep.
it's out. It's wide. So 21-15 here, Adamson.
I think it was a good call. I mean, from our angle at least.
That one is for sure out. Kim Fajardo, best setter.
She has been working hard today because, again, the reception of La Salle.
That's an excellent. I mean, I know that's an error from Enlas, but that was because of the serve of Kim Fajardo. Excellent serve.
We wish, you know, based on last year's performance, she already developed that.
Coach Sherwin calls ceasefire. Let's listen in.
May receive tayo, ha, Pen. Siling muna sa block. Ano si Pati? Okay, B. Sa mga galing si Pex. Back. Okay. Yama, huwag magigil sa palo, ha. Pag na-block tayo, cover. Pag na-defensan, block tayo. Okay? O, isang receive muna tayo. Okay, isang receive ba? Isang receive ba?
21-17. Adamson ahead here in the first set of our Sunday. Second game, Sunday doubleheader. And last year's best setter on deck. Try to catch up here.
Another great serve.
They go to Galanza in the middle. So Galanza is showing. Asad gets the point there, but Galanza is showing her versatility.
Yeah. You remember last year, she was new, and then we were already saying, gotta watch her next season.
Parang, may potential. You can see her versatility, hitting from the middle and opening up. That's a bad set from Fen and Nas. That's 3 straight points for Lasal.
Yeah, that was too near the net, and if you have tall blockers like Amika Reyes, I saw you there. I mean, it's hard to get it by.
And that's always tough, Noreen, as you know, that's her opposite hand.
Yeah.
Mylene's a left-hand hitter. Oh, and that drops. Kim Fajardo serving her way through this comeback.
Just like that, just a 1-point lead by Adamson.
Yun yung may laglag talaga na serve. You think it's sailing out, but it drops in.
Sa inyo, pag na-block, yung ganda-ganda ng cover, balik ulit. Okay?
The drill master, Coach Sherwin, Coach Jack, earlier victorious in the first game against a fighting UP Maroon squad. gave them a scare in that second set,
We thought it was going at least 4 sets,
which
right?
I think really changed the dynamic of that match for UP. Back to this match, Galanza on cross-court naman. Fajardo sends it over. They set up Galanza again. Galanza catches the net. And we are tied.
Yeah, the momentum actually obviously already shifting to LaSalle here in the first set.
Fajardo has been on the service deck for quite a while throughout this comeback.
Another great
It's
serve.
good serving. An underhand set which doesn't work. And now LaSalle goes to Galang. And they are in the lead.
Boy, just like that, boom. I mean, Adamson just now having a difficult time in receiving the serve of Fajardo.
7 straight points by last year's finalists.
Another misreceive.
Another one, yes. So now Galanza had to be creative. And LaSalle surges by 2.
Well, you know that's the problem if you can't receive. It's so hard to get it through tall blockers, as I said earlier, because they cannot utilize people like Alquino in front, the quick, wala.
There again. A nice different serve this time. Sorry, different set this time. She had to be creative. Talking about that, and they saved the point. Now, they're down by 1. Mohammed coming in for Adamson. That's Anwarlin Mohammed replacing Alquino.
Well, of course, that's for obviously for serve and defense.
Good reception by LaSalle, and that sets up the perfect set for Aragala. That's a perfect illustration that if you get the first ball right, everything comes together.
That's right. And that's your top scorer for you, Aragala.
Down by 6 points, and now they're on the verge of pocketing set number 1.
Oh,
And a free ball for DLSU. Fajardo goes to D, and D mishits that one.
actually, the set was too low.
Oh. Chance here for
And
Adamson.
Lee didn't know how she...
How to hit it, yeah. Don Macandili back to Rizal. She's the libero. Jessica Galanza now. Good serve. Macandili handles it. And a misreceive. Adamson with a chance to tie. They go to Amanda. It's sent back. It's out.
It is out.
Welcome back to UAAP volleyball.
You know, it looked like it's... Oh!
It was out, but somebody touched the net according to our lead referee. And even LaSalle was surprised that the set was awarded to them.
So still, actually, Adamson still complaining
Yes.
to the referee. Oh, boy.
Coach Sherwin talking to the lead referee, and he says nauna daw yung net touch bago bumagsak
Yeah.
yung bola. And unfortunate for Adamson, they lose the set. But DLSU deserved that one, coming back from 6 points down, 25-23. DLSU wins set number 1, 25-23, and it ends in this fashion. So we just talked to the referees, and apparently it was a net block. Now, from that angle, it didn't look like a net block. It looked like a legitimate block that went out, diba?
Yeah.
Pero the referees called it, let's look at this angle, the referees, we just confirmed, called it as a net block. Not over daw. Not over daw, ang sabi ng referee. Now you be the judge, you saw the angle 3 or 4 times.
You No, the thing is that that last angle, actually, it's a clearer slow-mo because it did actually hit the tape of the net.
Right.
So,
Pero umakyat yung bola. Yun
Yeah.
naman yung argument, umakyat yung bola. But you see the errors of LaSalle. This is where that 8 errors, yun yung nagpabaon sa kanila ng konti. They were down by 6, as much as 6, because of those 8 errors.
yeah, shaky start for LaSalle. You
Yeah.
can see even in the aces department,
Yeah.
Adamson with 4, and
Yeah.
it's just 2 for them.
Although, you talk about aces, Kim Fajardo, who's serving here in the second set, hindi man siya naka-ace, pero yung mga serve niya yung nagpahabol talaga. No?
Really tough serves by Kim Fajardo. That's why Adamson couldn't get any play going.
You know, going back to that first set, bago tayo tuluyan ng mag-move on, as you look at this first play of the second set, some coaches will tell you, yes, that probably ended that way. It probably was a judgment call for the referee. But the point is, you were ahead by 6.
Yeah.
So medyo, you put yourself in a position for the set to end that way. And mostly, that will be your fault.
Yeah, you know, obviously in that first set, it's the own doing of Adamson.
Yeah.
Because we were saying early on, LaSalle had a problem in service reception. Adamson crumbled in terms of service reception towards the end of the first set. That's why LaSalle, exactly, hindi sila maka-receive. They couldn't do anything with offense.
All because of Kim Fajardo serving. That's a great look by Amanda Villanueva. Front line cut shot. Just right. Right angle, right speed. Not too strong. Just angling it. Perfect.
Yeah, smart hit there. Nothing Makandili could have done.
2 serving 1. Fajardo opens up to Gala. Sent back. Oh! And it's a blessing in disguise. Adamson gets that point.
Yeah, I think Kim Fajardo actually thought it was going out, but last minute she realized it was going in.
Yeah.
It was, actually.
She had to get it. Yeah, she had to get it. Just didn't have enough space.
Oh, good serve.
Fajardo adjusts. Doon mo rin nakikita yung talent nitong si Fajardo talaga. Kahit na pangit na yung reception, nagagawan pa niya ng paraan talaga.
She really stretches for that.
Yeah. So yun, unable to get it through. As we check in with Gia Llanes.
Aware of LaSalle's strengths after joining it in the Final Four last year, the Adamson Lady Falcons are not letting the intimidation get to them. According to Coach Sherwin, mas lalo kaming naging agresibo pag sila ang kalaban. Knowing that their first 2 games are against the strongest teams last season, Coach Sherwin prepared a secret weapon, their defense. He says, pinalaki namin yung team ngayon para maka-attack. However, he also reminds his team to not forget their offense as well by keeping their serves straight. Despite losing the last set, this team is still keeping positive and determined to find that same good timing. Boom and Noreen.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Gia. Nika. Oh, Amanda getting it through. And another 5-point lead here for Adamson early in the second set.
Well, you know, for both teams, like for Adamson, they should learn from the first set, no? But they actually good start in the first set, but more for LaSalle that you don't want to actually keep chasing the opponent.
I think Adamson's also showing everybody here that they can compete here in season 77 without Bang, without Mayet. And another point, biggest lead of the match at 6-7-1. Let's check in with Janine Choi.
Coach Ramil does not seem too pleased with how the Lady Spikers were defending. He even told the girls, inaantay nyo ang ginagawa ng kalaban. Huwag lang kayong manood at mag-receive tayo ng tama. In between sets, the girls were told that their movements were too tight. They must not be hesitant on both offense and defense. At kailangan na maging mas madiskarte sila. Boom and Noreen.
Maraming salamat, Janine. Punta muna tayo sa ating Kit Kat break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Back in a moment. 8-1 is the score in the second set. The arena in San Juan is the venue for Sunday's matches. Earlier, FPU winning in straight sets against the UP Lady Maroons. Now we are in the midst of the second set of DLSU versus ADU. Yes, Adamson ahead by 7. And a free ball right away off a timeout, a technical timeout. Check.
Yeah.
Check ball.
Yeah, the linesman called it immediately.
Right away. No?
Yeah.
First referee, or lead referee, checked with the linesman right away.
But you know, Boom, obviously, Mylene Pat has worked on her
Service, you're
yeah,
right.
no?
You're right. You noticed it too.
Yeah, with a 10-1 advantage, we would notice that.
Si Cian Cruz na pala yung pumasok dito. Now, Camille Cruz, her sisters, are now in the match for DLSU.
Not even that.
Galang adjusting. Ardo goes back to Ara. Ara with her favorite badminton down the line attack.
Yeah, I saw Galanza react. I'm sure she knew that. He said it famous, but no one was there.
Gatorade spike of the game, fueling the UAAP to play hard. Reyes. Setting up for trouble after that reception.
Emna's actually found herself in the land of the giants.
Among the trees. Yeah, it's just like yesterday that she was a rookie. Mika Reyes.
Yeah.
Full-fledged star now, running attack. Something that LaSalle is very good at. They've had that in many years. Jacalarca, Abby Maranyo. This one, Guevara tried to execute it, but Galang saw it and followed her all through.
You know, good anticipation by Ada Galang. Oh, good serve.
That's a great serve. Amanda still making something out of that.
So actually, she has been that's her response to our challenge to her.
Yeah.
She's saying, I can play consistent.
McDonald's instant replay, don't miss a spike. Dial 86236 for a BFF chicken bundle. And she also, in past years, Noreen, it seems like she gets very emotional so easily.
Yeah.
So I think that is what affects her game right away.
Well, I'm sure she has worked in that in the off-season.
Emotion is good, as a double contact will be called on Alcuino there.
Well,
but it's about channeling it the right way and showing it when it should.
that was an obvious error there by Alcuino.
We've had a lot of emotional players also here in the UAP in the past. But they use their emotions positively. You know, just to Melissa Guing, remember her, of course. Abby, we know Abby. Had other players from other schools also.
Oh, Mary Jean Balse.
Balse, correct, yeah. That's what we need. It's a familiar LaSalle running attack. Kim D finishing that play.
Yeah, you know, I was just about to say that I'm missing the quick kills. I mean, from Mika Reyes, from the LaSalle play.
A wishy oh wow moment open up to everyday surprises with a wishy oh wow. And Nas. Look at that attack. It is out, but boy, the trajectory was so good. So nice though to see her improve from last year. The limited minutes or the limited court time that she saw.
Yeah, because of course, Bang Pineda was still in the fold.
Right. They go back to her. See her variety?
Yes.
Good dig. It's a good play for Adamson. Saved by LaSalle, and Nas fakes it. Galanza off speed. Cruz was there. And a free ball for the Lady Falcons, who are ahead by 5. They open up to Galanza again. And this time, read very well by the net blockers.
That's right, that was Kim D. Oh, that was Fajardo.
Fajardo, yeah, and again, that's her advantage of being a tall setter. She is not a liability when she's in the front line. They go back to Galanza. And that's so good for your ego. You make an error before, your setter goes back to you.
Umawi ka.
Oh. You're seeing, Doreen, a variety of attacks from this girl. We saw her in the middle earlier also, diba?
Yeah. Well, obviously she is one of the first option. I mean, the first option
Right.
in terms of attacks.
Good block there by Pat. Cruz tips it. Pat, underhand set. Too tall, but it's with Adamson, and they go back to Galanza. 2 blockers on her now. Adamson's got to do something different.
Yeah, you're right.
Cruz, cross court.
An angle there by Cruz. Camille Cruz.
That's Camille, yep. He just checked in.
Did you look at did you see the name?
Yep.
Everything is exactly the same. Mary, Ariel, R, but the other one's Camille, the other one is Shien.
And then there's Charlene. Amanda misreceiving. The lead is only 4. Good read. Pat, this is more her side. Her strong side. This is what you said. You see the swing. Technically, it's just better this year. Look at that.
Yeah, and then the follows through. I mean, she's really quicker this year.
Yeah. Tell you what, Masal is getting a workout here.
Definitely. You know, that's what we said nga. Every time we cover an Adamson game, always 110%.
Ooh. Sails out. Good judgment by Soyun. They overhauled a 6-point lead earlier, so we know LaSalle can come back and smash it. Question is, has Adamson learned their lesson from set number 1?
Well, that was a big lead earlier. I think, was it 10-1? But LaSalle slowly but surely chipping away at that lead.
Scrambling here are both teams. Cheng goes to the backside. Emnas, reverse set to Pat. That's a net block.
Sayang. What a waste. That was actually a great set by Emnas.
14-11, we have a timeout.
Basta mo lang. Uplock kayo. Pag maganda yung set, paluin nyo. Ano ang palo mo? A. Hindi, siya A mo na to. Nasa gitna si Pat, di ba? O, kaliwa. Kaliwa, B. Okay, relax lang. Panggatin mo lang yung quick sa gitna. Okay? Pagka pinalo, cover. Yun ang gagawin nyo dyan.
14-11 is the score. LaSalle making a chase here again. And for those who just tuned in, Adamson was ahead 21-16 earlier. Lost the set to LaSalle, 25-23. Now we have a very exciting and competitive second set. Both teams really starting off the season well and giving the fans a real treat. Galang from the backside. Galanza again!
I love this kid.
Announcing a new star here for Adamson.
The new star is born.
And I think, the teams like we saw, Coach Shaq here, Coach Tai Bundin, I'm sure they're taking note of Galanza here, Jessica Galanza.
Good serve. Good
This
save.
is still alive. It's a playable ball. Cheng, nice angle for Desiree Cheng.
Amanda Villanueva was there, but then she was just caught. I mean, that angle was just too difficult for her.
It's so acute. These are like the future stars. You're talking about Cheng, Galanza. These are the ones who are now going to carry the torch for the UAAP. Of course, there's still the big ones, Aragalang and the Nika Reyes.
Yeah.
And Fajardo still there.
Boy, ace serve there by Cheng, much needed for Lasal.
And now it's down to a 2-point lead. Exciting action live here on ABS-CBN Sports and Action. Villanueva mistimed that one. She took off too early.
What a waste. You know, so far in this match, whoever can give tough serves, actually, doon nakakahabol yung isang team like Lasal. Even earlier in the first set, it was Fajardo. Now it's Desiree Cheng. Whoop.
One's a bit short. 14, LaSalle, 16, Adamson. Kit Kat break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Back here at the arena in San Juan for the game and the match between DLSU and Adamson. DLSU ahead 1 set to love. Behind here by 2 points, 14-16.
Well, you know, Adamson has been really playing well. The thing is, they need to remind themselves that, you know, you need to finish. It's not just how you start a set. You need to finish it. You need to win it.
That's a great attack by LaSalle there. I heard Coach Ramil here asking for the players to come up with, as you said, quicker sets.
Yep. Because they have to take advantage, you know, they have tall players.
There we go again. Reception errors for the Lady Falcons.
You know, Adamson should remind themselves of what happened in the first set and learn from that. They have to go back to basics, they have to receive better.
And Nash had to make something out of this one. Pretty much a free ball here for DLSU. Sawyer finds the corner to the delight of the LaSalle fans here.
The rookie delivers for LaSalle.
Christine Joy Sawyer.
Yeah, but you know, did you see that slow-mo? What a perfect set by Kim Fajardo.
It's faster though.
Yeah.
And which is what Coach Ramil wants. He wants faster sets. They saw that coming. Oh, this time Galang was there. Emnas underhands it. Another one seen by LaSalle. Soyud again. Return to center.
Up there by Adamson.
So a couple of Lebuk Basil is coming in for Nevada to serve.
Yeah.
She will be serving for the Lady Falcons.
But that block was actually Amanda Villanueva with an
Yes.
excellent block.
$17 all. Galang. That looks like a touch, yes, it was. Side out right away.
Well, you know, for LaSalle, you gotta take advantage of the fact also that Ara Galang, actually your best scorer is in front.
It's a good set, but again, triple block. A wall set up by LaSalle. It's a good play by Adamson, though. The first time we saw a combination play, Noreen, but it just didn't go through the great wall of DLSU.
Talagang inaabangan na si Amanda. Pwesto kayo doon, kung kayo pumunta. Huwag ka masyadong lumayo kay Pen pag papasok ka ng A. Ang layo-layo mo kaya basang-bas na eh. Kausap tayo dun ha, A lang tsaka C. Malayo pa yan.
Dalawa lang yan. Dalawa lang.
Receive muna tayo ha. Atake.
So now we are at 17-19. And Coach Sherwin saying na inaabangan na si Amanda.
Yeah, defense is, you know, obviously LaSalle has adjusted also to Amanda Villanueva, who was scoring at will early on in this set.
And another point here. The barrage of points now coming LaSalle's way.
Good anticipation by Ana Galang. I wonder how many blocks she has because she has been successful in that department. Good serve.
Off the blocker. Amanda gets that point.
I was looking actually at the reaction of
Coach
Coach Ramil. And he was so, oh!
Of Kim.
Good serve.
Down 2, the Lady Falcons. Well, we checked. Marine Galang, surprisingly, only has 3 blocks. Seems like there were more. No?
Yeah.
Now, what we're noticing about Galanza is she has sheer power. She seems to have natural power.
Yeah, there are players actually
Right?
who are naturally stronger.
And the technique is getting better. But LaSalle is still ahead.
Pero mahaba yun. At saksa ka dito masyado. Kunin mo yung antena, tapos balikan mo lang. Kung dito ka mag-wave ka dito, nandito nagpakita sa antena, mag-wave ka dito. Ready kayo dito at dadaan ng bola. Kasi masyado kang mahaba dito. Nakita mo pa pumalo na rito yan. Pag hindi mo nakita pumalo na rito, mag-adjust ka ng konti. Okay? Tingnan mo, basahin mo buto sa bibig yung katawan. Pag kita ka to, tsaka gumalaw. Ready dapat, hindi dapat malikot yung paa, hindi pwede naka-steady ng paa. Ano? Nasabi kami.
.2019 in this prolonged second set.
Really long.
Villanueva. Back set to Gala. Playable yun, ha?
Oh, sayang. I love the fact that Ana Galang can really, look at this. Look at how she twisted.
Yeah.
There
I
you
see
go.
where you're going. Yeah. She was flying left and then angling right.
Yep.
But how about that set from Fajardo to?
Oh, yeah.
Diba? Parang talagang baliko na yung katawan.
Pero tailor-made.
Oo, sakto pa rin. Emnas. And I was just about to ask you, how do you think Emnas is doing here? As now replacement for Makatuno.
Yeah, Emnas has been doing an excellent job.
I think
Look
so
at
too,
that.
yeah.
You don't feel that she's a very, she's not the tallest of setters,
Right.
diba? I mean, she plays like she's 6 feet tall.
Fen or Fenella. Down 1. Fajardo chooses Desiree Cheng. Back set to Pat, her favorite side. That's a touch ball. Check ball. No, they don't. Oh yeah, there you go. Lead referee, first referee, confirmed. So we're tied at 21. A tug of war set to number 2.
A tug of war also between calls.
Oh nga. Ooh, tough. Sumayot pa.
Pero, it did actually change.
Parang may direction, no?
Uh-uh.
Nice reaction there by Galanza to save this play. Free ball for LaSalle. They'll probably, I was going to say, they're probably going to go quick on this one.
Desiree.
Almost.
Good effort though by Adamson.
Sir Kim D.
Kim D. 22 serving 21. Emnas. Ooh, back set all the way to the other side. To the reverse hand of Galanza, the opposite hand. Again, that's mechanically and technically, Noreen, you play the sport. That looks tougher, diba, than how it really looks on TV. You're going to the opposite hand of your of your attacker.
No, but still, Boom, you know, you practice that.
Yeah, of course,
You
of
practice
course.
all positions. And sayang, I think that was a great set by
Yes,
Agnes.
that's why, my point is, that's why if that went in, ang ganda talaga
Oo.
tingnan. Katulad nung kay Galang kanina, di ba?
Yeah.
Oh,
good
good
dig.
force, good the dig by Cheng. The joust rally here. Galanza adjusting. Soyud keeping it alive. And a free ball for Adamson, who are down by 2. And Nas with a quick. Alquino. Lasal did not expect that.
Yeah, what a time for that to come.
And it's exactly why. It's the perfect time to do it.
You're right.
Because they didn't see it. And now Guevara, Galanza,
Yeah, that's a full front
full
row.
front row, yeah. And Pat, no?
Yep.
Nice dig by Cruz. And Nash waving everybody off. They go back to Galanza. See, and that's what power can do. Power can sometimes get a touch ball or a check ball because it's just, there's so much velocity behind it.
That's right.
So, to the delight of the fans, we are tied again at 23. Another tight one here in the second set.
Which goes to show really that, you know, teams have improved. Not like last
Yes,
year where
yes.
LaSalle basically had an easier time against the other teams.
Tied at 23 with Emerald Mohammed.
Oh, too strong.
A waste of a rally for Adamson, and it sets up set point for DLSU.
Just like that.
And Mohammed serving for the set.
Another great serve.
Nice dig. And Nas goes to Mylene. Linda Reyes is checked by Pat.
Oh, too near.
Oh, Pat. Oh, somebody touched the net. It's checked. Oh, so ito totoo na. 24 all, ah. Kanina nung first set kasi. That's right. Huli.
Very clear. Siyempre, walang umaamin. Sabi niya sila, what? Me? Touch the net?
Pero alam mo minsan, and I'm sure this has happened to you, Noreen, back in your playing days, meron ka mga nagagawang hindi mo napapansin na nagawa mo eh.
That is true
Diba?
also.
Meron talaga eh.
Oh, boy.
Amanda gets it through and they get the lead. What a swing here.
Boy, Adamson really just showing us a lot of heart here.
Love the play of these two teams. They are giving the fans
Jessica Galanza serving for
every
the set.
single worth the admission ticket talaga.
Value for money.
Oh. Oh, and again. Oh, this one drops in. And LaSalle can't believe it. The ball was sailing out and may pectus ba? Parang wala, no? It dropped in. Let's look at it again. No spin.
It's a great floater. Yeah.
It's a floater, and it drops in, catches the line, and that gives them set number 2. What a way to end. And that only means more volleyball for us fans here on ABS-CBN Sports and Action. We're back here at the arena in San Juan, and we are all tied up. But if you notice, look at the scores, huh? High scoring and all tight, almost all throughout the set, 25-23. Although there have been big leads, Noreen. In the first set, the biggest lead was 7. The second set, the biggest lead was 8. For Adamson, pareho.
Oh, well, obviously Adamson always starts out strong, which also means for LaSalle, they tend to like have a shaky start. You know, in the first and the second set, they end up chasing. And lucky for them, the first set, naabutan nila. They won that, but in the second set, they came short.
Us volleyball fans are happy that we are watching a very competitive match between these two teams, and look at the jump in attacks.
Oh, it's Adamson, 16. LaSalle, very unlikely for a team like LaSalle to have just 8 attacks, but blocking LaSalle, still showing their supremacy, 5-2 aces, pretty much even. Errors, Adamson committing more, but it's basically the attack department. I mean, you don't see that very often that a team will out-attack LaSalle.
And here's another point. 16-8 lamang sila in attacks, doubling LaSalle in that second set. And to think the question for Adamson was, where were they going to get the offense with the second best scorer of the league already graduating? And we've seen this in many sports, also in the UAAP. Sometimes, let's say National University, the new champions of the basketball tournament, they lost the 2-time MVP. Question was, how are they going to get their offense? And they won the championship because things just spread out throughout the team. And now that's what we're seeing here in Adamson. They're seeming, at least here in the first match, they're looking like a little more unpredictable.
Yes, you're right. And
Uy, huli.
the difference is also there's so many options right now for MNAS. You have like Calanzas playing well, Villanueva's playing well, but you also have the two centers, Paat and
Aquino, Guevara pa nga.
So everyone, basically.
Yeah, so again, we'll say it again. That's what opportunity Pag may opportunity talaga. Ang ganda na labanan natin dito. Ayan, long rally. Aquino. Fardo. Galang. There is somebody who touched the net, and it is from Adamson.
Aquino into the net.
Wasting the rally.
So far, a good start for LaSalle. I'm sure they don't want to keep chasing. The first and second set the same. They've been chasing.
Right. 2 of the 3 points coming from Aragalan, the captain of DLSU this year.
Oh, and for those who just joined us, yes, Abby Marano's not playing for LaSalle and Pineda's not playing for Adamson.
Easy get for LaSalle here. Ooh, underneath the ball was Cerveza. Carol. Cerveza. Medyo lalim dun sa bola.
Yeah, totally mistimed that spike.
Aquino now. Good serve. Cruz has also stabilized the reception of LaSalle. Napaupo si Macandini.
Oo.
Galang. Long rallies, as we expected when you're up against an Adamson team. Galang again, through the block. Talk about power. She powers that one through the double block.
Yeah, but Galang's gotta take over. I remember last year, if Galang just goes on a rampage, normally LaSalle gets to pull away, and ngayon medyo she'll score, but Adamson will be able to counter that. But we'll see. I mean, Galang's gotta take over.
Combination play! This girl's looking good, Doreen.
He is.
McDonald-Tinson replay. Don't miss this spike. That 862-36 for a BFF chicken bundle. That one in the middle this time.
Combination play by Adamson and Galanza. You're right, no? Just showing us that she can attack from all positions.
Attack from the restroom if she has to. But LaSalle finding a spot, and they are the ones in the lead by 3-5, serving 2. And it is the captain on deck. Guevara, their captain, with the left hand, adjusting in midair.
Yep. But that was also because of great reception by Adamson.
Mistiming. Creating a little bit of a confusion there as Mylene serves, 3 serving 5. Let's check in with Gia Llanes.
Boom and Noreen, the team is all smiles going into this set in hopes of still snagging that victory. Although Coach Sherwin reminded them during the timeout that alam naman nila na prepared sila for LaSalle's malakas na spike. 2 hours of daily workout in the evening would lead to morning and night practices and sometimes even Saturday training as preparation. When it comes to what to specify during practice, Coach Sherwin says, ngayon season na to, nag-focus talaga kami sa mga block namin, which they're really testing out this game. The coaching staff constantly reminds the players that everyday training needs to equalize the everyday focus, and simply that would lead to victory in hopes of snagging one today. Boom and Noreen.
Thank you very much. That's why I called Sherwin the drill master, as we are tied here at 5-all. I remember talking to Bang Pineda a couple of years ago. He says, don't let that demeanor fool you. Pag-practice daw super strict. And he's like a drill master.
I'm sure.
Talking about Coach Sherwin Meneses. And it's showing here with the girls. Paat able to dig that one up. Alanza sends it over. Fajardo chooses. Cruz, Camille gets it through the block.
Trying a smart hit, just brushing it off the blockers.
For Carol Cerveza.
Carol Cerveza now. The lefty. Now on her 4th playing year. Good reception, which sets up that 1-2 play from Van Emnas. Let's check in with Janine Choi.
The lady spikers must always keep in mind to always be aggressive in playing defense. Mahina man o malakas, they must always dive for the ball. Gusto ni coach na steady sila sa depensa. At sa opensa naman, kailangan na buo ang mga tira nila at makabawi sila kaagad. Coming into the 3rd set, the girls were again reminded to be more strategic. Naniniwala ang mga coaches na kulang pa sila sa this quarter. In this set, it is very important for the girls to plan what they have to do and to also play smarter. That's all for now.
Thank you, Janine. And while she was reporting, we show you an Owishi Owow moment. Open up to everyday surprises with Owishi Owow, Camille Cruz, showing some strength behind that attack.
And it was obviously that slow-mo, just in between the blockers.
Right. But Galang able to keep it up. Cerveza up to Villanueva. And Vessa was there for coverage. Galang from the back row. Ilang. No, over-received definitely by Galanza.
Pero sayang, she was actually there, di ba?
8-6, technical timeout. Kit Kat break. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. Let's look at this. Nas too close to the net. Fajardo staying away to avoid an error. And LaSalle in the lead again, 8-6.
You know, Boom, so far in this match, of course, we are tied 1 set apiece. You can sense that no team can actually control the tempo.
Right.
No, parang even now, if I ask you, who do you think is going to win? I'm sure you're going to say, I don't know.
It's in spurts. Yung kanilang mga momentum is all in spurts, ano?
Yeah.
Another point by Villanueva. 7-8 is our score. 7 serving 8. Nice serve.
Short serve.
Yep. Galang again. From the back line.
How does the ball feel, Boom? You caught
I'm
it.
pretending I did not feel anything, but that was a strong spike.
For those who didn't see, that reception came straight to Boom.
Second touch. Huli. Lead is 3, 10-7.
Look at the LaSalle front row. That was parang deja vu really from last year.
You know the volleyball season is back in the UAP, but there's so much shrieking in the background. It's just so different. These fans really get into it. Every point. Lacoron. Their rookie from Adamson. In for Alquino. Another tall lady. for the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, she's a 6.
Oh. Speaking of tall, Mika Reyes, single coverage on the back row attack of Amanda Villanueva, and this lead is now at 5. That's the biggest lead for LaSalle in this match.
Well, you know, Coach Sherwin always tell the players, diba? I mean, we should cover. They're known for their defense, but so far with that single coverage, blocked by Mika, there's no coverage for Adamson.
Right. Oh. Reception too. Cruz has been a spark off the bench.
That's right.
For DLSU. Fajardo goes to Galang again.
Good dig.
Free ball. Who do they go to? Fajardo says, I'm going to myself.
I'm going to score.
Surprised everybody with another 1-2 play. She just disguises it very well, and she knows she was in front of a rookie.
Yeah. Bully.
Yeah. The Coron is checked. Calanza. It's out. Block. Out.
You really gotta love the attitude of Calanza.
No relation to ball of the UE Red Warriors in the basketball tournament. We asked, courtesy of Gia. Just to confirm. Galang down the line. Specialty of the house. And the former standout of AU. Gatorade spike of the game. Fueling the UAP to play hard. The Angeles native. Puts it away. Oh, another floater. Ayan na naman. Skip Fajardo na naman.
Kim na naman.
Technical timeout. How about we backtrack, Noreen, to season 76?
Why not? Ano to, throwback?
No. Sabi Maranyo, the heart and soul of the Lady Spikers, and she's here in attendance.
Don't you like it? I mean, don't you love it? On cue talaga yung nandito siya.
Former intern din sa ABS-CBN Sports yan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, during the basketball season. Not this season, but the previous season. She wants to be involved in the media also. And, that's what she said at some point. Too close. Oh, pero nagawa ng paraan. Naitulak. Ni Maylene back. Or was it the Coron who pushed it? Let's look at that play again. It was Maylene. She just looked for an open spot.
And the collision actually with the Coron.
He jumped for no reason. The rookie trying to still find her, find her place here.
It was so obvious no, nung pumasok siya, yung jitters na...
Right, oo,
diba?
kitang-kita. Cerveza. The dump ball. That power tip by Guevara.
Well, she knew she actually mistimed
Yes.
her jump, so just to make do, I'm just gonna tip it over.
Hinabol na lang. It's always tricky too because you can't let that ball stay in your hand a split second longer. Aquino, sharp serve. Frontline serve too. That's always tough to execute.
Yeah, but I tell you, Boom, I mean, Kim Fajardo has been doing a lot of wind sprints today.
Hirap yan, ha?
Oh.
Cerveza checked at the net. Guevara with the joust, and they're going to call overreaching.
Yeah, blocking the set. Kim Fajardo is just such a smart setter. It was so near the net, but she positioned their hand so well that yeah, they get the point.
And since she's the captain, she can talk to the first referee here. There's the replay.
Smart setter.
Yeah, yun na nga eh. Minsan technique talaga eh. Yung, Galanza had the door closed, shut.
Locked.
The lead is now at its largest here in the third.
But you know, we can sense nga that this is the brand of volleyball.
LaSalle?
Yeah, for LaSalle. Because the first 2 sets, they were very shaky. And now medyo they got their groove na.
And chine-check na talaga nila si Jessica Galanza.
Yeah.
Dinadalawa na nila eh. No coverage. Yes, there was. Regalo. And Kim D takes care of that.
That's a no-no. You have really tall blockers opposing him.
Bertel could not control the dig. 8-point lead. Let's listen in, Coach Sherwin.
Kasi madaling yun receive. Di pa bumababa yung bola.
So what has LaSalle done to pull away here in the third? When you say they're playing more to their character now, what does that exactly mean?
Well, you know, early on, really, they couldn't receive. So you can't really get any momentum going. And that's always thought at the start of the set. And then they will chase. First set they won, second set they lost. But here in the third set, they started out strong. And then now they're gaining, or they have gained the confidence that, you know, makes both them of how many time champions. And yeah, I mean, look at the lead right now. It's 12 serving 19.
The revelation for this year, though, Adamson is that girl.
Yeah.
Showing her maturity and their improvement. In the meantime, LaSalle as a team is clobbering Adamson here in this third set, where we are tied 1-all.
Yeah, Fajardo just really distributing the ball so well.
Right. And Nas naman sa kabila naghahabol. And this has been a spark. Janine Cruz has been a spark since she came in.
Yeah, and look at the blockers. That's actually Guevara and Paat. That's not easy to get through.
Miss set. And try again. She asks for it, talking about Paat and that check ball.
Getting it through. Oh, getting it, actually getting the point for Adamson.
She has that sharp serve herself, talking about Paat, single coverage, and he angles her attack.
Yeah, see, that's the volleyball we know. LaSalle with the quick, with the, you know, not only the combination, but the quick. And they have been going to town here in the third set.
Villanueva twists in mid-air for that one. Camille.
They're just really rolling over.
Yeah, and her percentage has been very high, Noreen.
Yeah.
Almost all the time that they go to her, she has produced.
Well, obviously, they're, you know, she's also another option aside from Sid Demasilio's not here today.
Yeah, right. That was the report of Janine at the start of the match. Sid Demasilio out flew.
But you know, you gotta feel for players like that. You practice so long and then you get
First
sick. Diba?
Oh, over-receive.
What a great block by Emnas.
So Adamson stops the bleeding here. No room for error, obviously, and that includes the service. Lagong Pasil checking in. Easy get for Adamson here. Villanueva goes to the other side. Fajardo underhands it. Camille, like I said, very high percentage. And she delivers the third set to DLSU.
Boy, a lot of players of LaSalle stepping up here in the third set.
So LaSalle, 2-1. In their first match here in UAAP season 77. (25-23, 26-24), and a dominating third set, which is strange when you look at the first two sets, how they battled. But LaSalle winning, dominating that third set, 25-14. What was the difference and what changed for Adamson also?
Well, for LaSalle, yeah, we mentioned it before we went to the break that everybody is actually contributing to the LaSalle cause. You have Kim D, you have Cruz, Cerveza, you know, everyone contributing. Of course, we got to give credit mostly to Fajardo for doing an excellent job in terms of setting. And if you can look at the numbers, now the tables are turned in terms of attacks. That's LaSalle, 14 as compared to 9. Look at the blocks, 3-0. And yeah,
the number, even the errors went down. They had 9, they had 8 in the first two sets, so that went down also for them. And obviously made their game a little cleaner.
Yeah.
But you're right, there have been a lot of people contributing for LaSalle, but the steady person from the start of the match is the girl who is going to serve for LaSalle right now for set number 4, talking about the former UST standout, Kim Fajardo.
yeah, but you know, if you're Adamson, on the other hand, you started this game really on a high note. You know, the first two sets, you won the first set. I mean, you won the second set. But the third set, it was totally different because they were not talking, they were not communicating. And they lost that spunk that they had in the first two sets.
Start off with a point courtesy of Faye Guevara.
Good serve.
Oh, picture perfect play.
We were waiting for that, the Mika Reyes and Fajardo
Connection, yes. Donaldson's a replay, it deserves it. Don't miss a spike. Dial 86236 for BFF Chicken Bundle. That's out. Bat gets that point.
Yeah, it's out. But again, Aragalang really doing excellent job in terms of blocking.
Angulo lang, ano?
Oo.
Galang this time with the approach. Amanda sends it over. Fajardo chooses Ara and goes to what she's been doing since her rookie years. Down the line.
And you just gotta love the way she approached. You know, parang it's a very strong approach, and then, yeah, I'm just gonna hit it there.
And what impresses me about her down the line compared to some others is her body doesn't show it, because her body is going to the middle, and it's her form, her arm, and her wrist. Obviously, that's always correct.
Yeah.
But when you see her fly, di ba, para siyang magpo-cross court eh. Tapos biglang umaangulong pa down the line. Ang ganda eh.
Oh nga, and some people actually call it parang hindi ba solid na hit, parang miss hit. But actually, she has mastered that.
Yeah, she has. See, this time, she put a little more juice into it, but you see her body is contorted differently. So it doesn't give away where she's gonna go.
Yeah.
meantime, Guevara, the captain on the other side, serves.
Bumawi ka.
Former MVP gives him a point to get closer here to Adamson. 3 serving 4. Too close again. Nas is going to have a tough time if you give her a ball like that.
That's, that's Aragala. Squared for that. It's really tough to get through.
4-0. Perfect attack. Perfect height, perfect reception, perfect set, and a perfect delivery for Erica Aquino. And it deserves this one, an Owishi oh wow moment. Open up to everyday surprises with Owishi oh wow. Hindi na nga nakatalon, ano? Oo. Si D. Let's check in with the LaSalle side of things, Janine Choi.
During one of the timeouts, Coach Ramil De Jesus stressed that the girls must be sharper. The girls must set up their offense properly and be more aggressive in playing their defense. This fourth set is very crucial. That is why the lady spikers must be more mindful to no longer commit the errors that they have committed during the first 3 sets. In between sets, the reminders the girls were told were to move faster, to not just keep jumping, and to be more aggressive. Boom and Irene.
Thank you very much, Janine, and that's what we saw actually in that 3rd set. The aggression.
Yeah.
That's why they won big.
Big time.
Yeah. And they've also focused on defending that girl.
Kalanza.
Yeah.
Yung sinasabi natin, the revelation.
Yeah. You can't deny her power, though.
She'll get
She
her
has
points.
it. She has it. Yeah. Every year in collegiate sports, in the UAAP, you always like seeing new heroes. They don't have to be rookies. You know, some people who have just matured or have gotten more playing time or have improved through the off-season. It's a great stories for student athletes.
Right. It's really nice, no? Like especially now we cover them. You know, some people come freshmen until they graduate, no?
Let's check in with Gia Llanes.
Boom and Irene, one word was dominant during every timeout from Coach Sherwin, and that was the word recover. The team looked on to seniors Amanda Villanueva, Marlene Cortel, and Faye Guevara for composure for this set. Amanda convinced her teammates that she wants to see happy faces on court, while Marlene told them to forget about the last set and gumawa na sila ng tama. As team captain, Faye told her team, kahit magkamali kayo, okay lang, alam ko naman babawi tayo. As parting words before this set, Coach Sherwin told his team, guys, 5 sets ito, hindi pa tapos. Back to you, Boom and Noreen.
Thank you very much. We're in the 4th. LaSalle leads 2-1. Down 6-7 here in the 4th.
Serve.
This is what we're seeing more this year from Gala. We saw a little of it last year, but more this year. Developing back row attack with Aragala. So she's a weapon now. Offensively, even there in the back line.
You gotta love the timing. Obviously, she has improved on that in this season.
Villanueva chases. Cortel sends it to the other side. Pombreno, si Nika Reyes, pero tama pa rin. LaSalle gets to the technical timeout first. Back in a moment. Kalang from the back row. That's tough.
Yeah. Picture perfect form.
Yep. And then Nika Reyes puts on the brakes and puts in a power tip.
You know, I'm still missing that that connection. Now, although, yeah, they get their points talking about Mika Reyes, the Mika Reyes harder connection, but it's not yet the fluid, you know, timing of a quick set or a running set.
Sabi ko kanina, taas ng porsyento ni Camille today, ha? Halos gets a point, or at least it goes to the other side.
Well, you know, this game will really be an eye-opener for Coach Ramil and his options coming into the next few games.
You know, she's done so well that Desiree Cheng has not returned into this match.
You're right.
Good block there, this time by Galanga.
Yeah, good read. Actually, the sisters playing the libero position right now. That's Shien. Oh.
Yeah.
Lanza into the net.
So DLSU serving 10, serving 8. Nice serve there by Camille. Nice timing by Pat, but great blocking by Reyes and Galang. And you can say the same for Reyes and Cerveza.
Right, good blocking being shown by LaSalle in today's game. That was Cerveza actually anticipating.
Blocking is the moneymaker for LaSalle. It's always been their calling card. Number 1 in blocks. They're consistently in number 1 or number 2 at least. Number 2 in attacks. Number 2 in service aces too. And also number 1 in setting, obviously courtesy of the number 1 setter of the league last year. But Adamson is showing major fight despite the size difference against LaSalle.
And again, we all know Adamson really going to every game playing with a lot of heart.
That's a good play. There were 2 players who faked off Adamson in that sequence.
And the receiving end is Ara Galang, who has been on fire.
Meron pa dun sa kabila in this set. Now, Mary Joy Baron is in the match. She was a rookie last year.
Yep.
Lost a little bit of weight here. I mean, looks a little trimmer for season 77 of the UAAP. And she makes an impact right away.
Wow, what a substitution.
Oh, ganda ng coach, ganda ng hugot ni Coach Emil Lino. Amante ng 3 ang DLSU. Makinig tayo sa Adamson. Lady Falcons down 3 here. 4th set, down a set. Will we see a 5th?
That's the challenge we're actually posing to Adamson. Obviously, in the first 2 sets has shown that they can actually play alongside a team like LaSalle, who dominated last year's elimination.
Oh, bad reception there by Galanza. Off a good serve by Mika Reyes. But if you're Adamson, all you have to do is really stick around, stick around.
Yeah.
Just like what you did in set number 2, actually. Almost even set number 1. Diba?
Stick around, you're right, and frustrate actually
Sa
LaSalle.
dulo. Keep it tight. And then take your cue from there.
Yep.
Galang off, speeding it. Just with the perfect height too.
She has so many options. Talking about Ara Galang, just so many shots.
So much variety.
Yeah.
And it comes with her experience na rin, ano? It's a good play. Well executed by Adamson. The lead is still 4 though. Owishi, oh wow moment for Faye Guevara. Open up to everyday surprises with Owishi, oh wow.
She actually used her left hand on that.
Nice serve. Cruz getting it. Galang at the receiving end and getting another point. So they get to the technical timeout first, 16-11. 23 points for Ara Galang today. supporters from LaSalle, even the ones from UP earlier are still here. Great crowd that we have at the arena in San Juan. Opening weekend for season 77 of the UAAP volleyball tournament. Adamson fans, celebrities, all in attendance. Here at the arena. Yesterday we opened shop at the Mall of Asia Arena. Ateneo winning over National University and UST starting us off with a win against the UE Lady Warriors. Today, FU beating UP in straight sets. Not after a fight though. And then, yeah, now we're the last two teams to show face here in season 77, LaSalle and Adamson. And they're still going at it. Fajardo stumbles, but they save the play.
Yeah, presence of mind by Baron.
Baron, oh. At that time, check ball. Yan yung problema ng hindi ka masyado nakakalaro. Siyempre, you impede sometimes the motion of your inaamoy mo pa eh, kumbaga, di ba? Inaamoy mo yung kilos. It's different when it's in practice. It's different when it's an actual match.
Yeah, especially when nerves set in, di ba? Because sometimes you're a step slower.
Under the spotlight, TV coverage, all of those things coming into play. The crowd, of course. Kala. Oh! Puts it away! Boy, did she bury that?
He did.
24 points. Aragala.
Look at that.
Beautiful. I think she's forgiven. By Coach Raniel.
You know whom I'm looking at, Cien Cruz actually receiving the ball? She reminds me of Melissa Goheen.
In what way?
When they dig, they have this movement eh. Parang they scoop.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh.
Camille Cruz on the other hand. The Cruz sisters, they come in and really have an impact. They're leaving an imprint on this match.
You're right. And you know, for other teams who are actually trying to scout LaSalle, it will be difficult because you do have an idea of who the first six is. But if you can see,
Lalim, no?
ang lalim, you're right.
That's out. Well, they've always been deep. You know, that's one of the characteristics of having, I mean, look, all these years we've seen the Coach Ramil teams, di ba? He always makes sure na malalim sila.
Maghahabol tayo, bibigyan natin sila ng isang payaanin. Isang atake tayo muna para makahabol tayo, tapos service na maganda.
So Adamson here on the ropes. Down 6, while LaSalle is 5 points away from getting their first win of season 77.
You know, the nice thing about LaSalle is they adjusted, actually, the things that have been connecting for Adamson, like their combination plays. LaSalle has been defending so much better in the last 2 sets.
Good coverage there. Push is short. Now LaSalle imposing their will here. With a very different 5 from where, or sorry, a very different 6 from where they started.
Yeah.
Started with Kim D and Soyut.
So I think
And Desiree Cheng also.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Almost everybody already got to play for LaSalle, for Coach Ramil.
Then they're ending this match with Cerveza, Baron, the 2 cruises. Princess Lastana making an appearance here for Adamson University. To serve, 14, serving 20.
Well, they need to string up a couple of points and mount a rally if they want to get back here.
That's my point.
Point taken.
Right? Ang taas ng porsyento eh. And this is why the coaches of other teams are here. They want to see, what is Adamson all about this year? What is LaSalle going to be all about this year? And I'm sure these coaches who are right now, Sherwin and Coach Ramil, they watched the matches yesterday to see what's new with Ateneo, what's new with UST, what's not being said about NU, what's going to surprise us about UE, those things.
Yeah, which makes really volleyball now really more competitive.
Blocked, checked. We want to say good day to viewers in Japan, Noreen. Viewers in the United Arab Emirates also.
Boy, around the world.
Yep. Thank you for viewing us and watching us on the Filipino channel. As Galanza saves a point here. They have to be flawless now, as some of the supporters are making a beeline to the exits of the arena in San Juan. Some of them are concluding this match already for LaSalle.
Good serve.
Joust, Adamson winning that point.
Yeah, that was an over-receive by Aragala. She is human.
But a good debut here for Adamson. Lefty Cerveza unable to put it away, so it's Amanda Villanueva who does. On the other side, that's 3 straight points for Adamson. Lead down to 6.
Yeah, you know what LaSalle was also able to do, aside from checking Galanza, was Villanueva. Villanueva was scoring a lot of points the first 2 sets, but they actually silenced her, and just now she's been able to score. But
oh, look at that play. Oh, that's a great play. That's hard to see. That's hard to read. What they did right there, LaSalle. It's a back row attack, but it's coming from the left angle.
basta wherever Aragalang is.
Makikita mo the new, what do they call that? The new wrinkles in the offense from LaSalle. And they win sets 3 and 4 convincingly after being in a tug of war in sets 1 and 2. LaSalle wins its first match here in season 77. Well, Adamson, they got some work to do, but boy, they gave LaSalle a workout, especially in those first 2 sets.
Definitely not just a workout, I'm sure even a scare, as they were not really controlling, but they were really just pacing with LaSalle. LaSalle couldn't find the answer. But then again, LaSalle able, being the champions that they are, or they were a couple of years ago, and they're showing the experience, and they just hung on and, played their game the 3rd and 4th set.
Yeah. And then again, the phrase imposing their will really comes into play. And their captain, Aragalang, making a difference consistently. Kim Fajardo, you brought a great point. She has been consistent from start to finish, and then the impact of the Cruz sisters.
Yeah.
Contributing to this win. You see the scores. Coach Ramil off to a good start. He is our RCBC Smarter Solutions Coach of the Game. RCBC Smarter Solutions. 17 years doing it here in the UAAP. And his team, DLSU, the team Bonchon of the game. The Crispy Chicken global phenomenon. From here on, it's Bonchon. Complete team effort for them. Desiree Cheng, Don Macandili also started. But our Gatorade player of the game, fueling the UAAP to play hard, no doubt, is the captain.
Yeah, Aragalang, really just, although a slow start today for her, but she really just stepped up and showed why she's the top scorer and why she can be the top scorer in this season.
Boy, she showed everything today, didn't she? Offense, defense, open, back row, blocking.
Yeah, blocking. I think she actually out-blocked Mika Reyes today.
Maybe a good point. We'll check the numbers. But in the meantime, while we check that, let's check the schedule. On Wednesday, we return here to the arena in San Juan, and we find the Lady Eagles, the Lady Falcons collide, and then DLSU will come back and try to consolidate this win as they go against National University, who are trying to avoid an 0-2 start. We also want to say happy birthday to Edgardo Guarte of ABS-CBN Sports. So those are the games on Wednesday. We would love for you to come over, please, to the arena in San Juan. If you can't for some reason, maybe there is such a thing as work or school, you can always watch on ABS-CBN Sports in Action live. And of course, that goes for the rest of you watching all over the world. Noreen, it was good to see you again.
I missed you, Boom.
And we are missing volleyball in the UAAP level, and now it's way back. Today, FEU wins in straight sets against the UP Lady Maroons, and then in our second game, DLSU in 4 sets win over the Adamson Lady Falcons. For Gia Llanes, Janine Choi, Noreen Go, Direk Abet Ramos at the helm of this live and exclusive ABS-CBN Sports in Action coverage. I'm Boom Gonzalez saying so long from the arena in San Juan, and we'll see you on Wednesday as we continue to broadcast in high definition.